Hello everyone, it's Alex here and welcome to a Minecraft desert village because today we're going to be transforming it. Now these things are pretty basic even despite their new upgrades. Can we transform it? I think so. Join me as we get to work. So in the newest update, they added a bunch of stuff to change the villages that they had, but they're not the best changes. Like the hay is just randomly strewn around the roads. There's no real reason for it. There's no proper place for it. It doesn't make much sense. And then the buildings, they all use the same sandstone material. Of course, they're slightly different per block, but they look the same. They blend in way too much. We're gonna have to change that. Adding pops of color, some new wood maybe, to really bring out the designs we choose. And then we have the paths themselves. Again, it's sandstone, so I can't really see where the path ends and starts at a distance, which is not really what you want for a road. And at the end of the road, on both sides of the village, there's this odd cross. I presume this is just for more villagers to spawn when they generate, but it doesn't make much sense because this isn't in the middle of the village. It's in the corner. These roads don't go anywhere. We'll have to take that and upgrade it like pretty much everything. So where do we start? How about the roads? And what would those roads be made of? Well, red sand. So let's watch some of my progress with the roads. So here we have it. All of the paths are now replaced with red sand or red sandstone. I went patchy here, but the difference isn't too much to notice, so I kept it red sand for the rest. So now that the red sand has been put in, we can come in and remove these hay clumps that are lying around. However, I don't actually want to remove them. I want to upgrade them. I like them. They look pretty nice as little pops of yellow around the place. So we can grab ourselves one of the trapdoors. I like spruce a lot, so I'm going to use spruce. Pop it around each side of the trapdoor of the hay, And look at that. You now have yourself a hay bin. And if we come over here, we can do the exact same thing. No, oh.
Don't I?
What don't you, Siri? I don't know. I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to you. So there we go. This one is also now added. I like it. It looks pretty real. Like a town would absolutely have these for their horses to munch on if they didn't have anywhere else to store them. And for this one, since it was a larger area I had to work with, I decided to make it 3x3 instead of 2x2 like I've done for the other hay areas. And already the town is getting a bit neater, a little nicer to look at, and there's not hay just lying in the paths. There are a lot of them around the town though. So how much hay do they need? Oh no, I've forgotten to do this section of path. Well, lucky me, I have World Edit installed, which means that I can go ahead, use my tool to select the area, and then simply set Minecraft red sand, and wow, without any bother at all, a path is filled in. Alright, now I've run across this problem here. As you can see, this farm is in the middle of the pathway, but this house is also 3 blocks higher than the other ones around it. So I'm gonna have to move something. And you know what? I quite like the idea of this whole area being turned into a farm. So why don't I just get rid of this house and this farm, and then I'll have a big area to work with, and hey, that should be great. Alright, so now the hay barrel tub container things have been completed, and the town is all the neater for it. So what do we work on next? I'm thinking the town center. It's supposed to be this grand middle area where the bell is. Bing bong. Are they gonna run home? Oh yeah, off he goes. Where does he live? Mr. Farmer, did I destroy your house? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, right there it is. Well, I think there's a lot we can do with this, and I'm excited, so let's get building. Check it out. We have an actual space for a town center now. It used to be this tiny little itty bitty baby space, but now we have a big open area that we can put in something really eye-catching. You may also notice that the paths have been changed to have this stairs going by the sides. This added so much depth to the village, even just with the paths. It's pretty crazy how cool it looks now, and I can't wait to keep going. So let's try and make ourselves a town center. Alrighty, here I am getting to work on the 5th edition of the town center. Yes, that's right. I've tried this about 5 times already with different variations of style and materials, and we ended up on this lovely patch of grass because I had a little idea, a little brainwave. I wanted this village to feel a bit more green because if they're in a desert, they're gonna have to be like having water and plants and stuff, so why not add some? Like an oasis. And that's what we've got going on. Then I add the bell, because I think villagers need the bell in the center for the raids, if I am correct. Now, here I am doing my classic tree that I like the design of. It's close to a savanna one, but it's slightly different in that it's more oasis-y, like a palm tree. Oh, but here I had this cool little idea to do a nest, and the effect, I think, works really nicely. You can't see it from below, but from above, looks pretty cool. So if you're up a tower, nice. Now, as for the area beneath the bell, I wanted to make it feel a bit more lived in, I guess. So I actually changed the grass to podzol to give it this kind of dirty sand mud texture, which I think makes sense in the desert. If you're going to have mud, it's going to be sandy, and the flecks of orange work really nicely. As a town centerpiece, I like it. So this is one of the original desert houses, which I decided to upgrade big time, and here it is. Unfortunately, my time-lapse stuff really broke down, and I ended up recording the wrong things, like in between building, which was a bit of a mistake, but here it is. I am really proud of this design. It keeps the basic layout. As you can see, we have smooth sandstone for most of the walls, I guess, and then for the top, there's the, I almost said crunchy sandstone. I can't remember, there's too many block types, but I carried that across. So as you can see, smooth as the walls, but wood in the corners. Acacia wood to match the rest of the build in the town center and the start of the church. Now you'll get to see more of that later, but for now, back to the house. The house's awning is one of the nicest additions that I like, because in the rest of the town, I can mimic that on select few houses with different colors of wool to really bring out tiny pops and features, give the town a lot more personality. Because now, if you zoom out, I mean, I've changed bits of it, but if we look this way, the houses, they're way too similar, which is why we need to make the tiny changes between each one, but keeping the styles similar. So let's jump ahead to where I have made more houses, and unfortunately not time-lapse those either. And after even more building, here we are with more buildings. Yep, I've taken each one again, and I've just added the tiniest little details. I thought it'd be interesting as well to keep this one roughly the same materials. I know I've said that it looks kind of bland, but by mixing up the sandstones that I have used, I think it gives a lot nicer of an overall look, especially since the hanging lamp is there to just give a nice little tiny bit of extra detail that doesn't take away from the main look. Like it. This one, again, I've kept the same, added an extra row of slabs, the foundation sandstone, and a beautiful purple and pink awning, which looks so good. This one has had the corners changed out for acacia logs and then red sandstone put on the top. It's nice to just kind of shuffle up the materials that you're using and what you kind of want to change about the buildings. This one is basically a clone of that, except instead of slabs here, I've used stairs and a grey awning instead. See? Tiny changes, little bits of variation, a nice kind of creeper face that I put in on the wall. It's on every side, different faces to look at. I like that addition. I thought that was kind of cute. But as for the rest of the village, I've probably just got to finish it off now. Changing all the buildings. Oh, now the tower I'm very happy with. I like the way it's a sandstone base, the acacia theming, and then the red right on the top. But I don't know what to make the rest of the building look like. I kind of just want to keep it as a tower and put a normal house here, but I'll try and come up with something for a church building, if that is a church at least. But I'm pretty excited. We're going to have a wheat farm over here, an animal farm over here, and then just replace all the buildings. I'm excited. I hope you are too. So let's get to Mega Time Lapse. Alrighty, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. This took about a week to do on and off, which doesn't seem like it in the video, but wow, was it fun, and boy, am I proud of the final product. So everybody, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like button, and leave your comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!